Jennie Rayment, Easy Quilting Double Wedding Ring. The double wedding ring template can be used to construct a traditional double wedding ring that will look something like this. But if you felt that making all these little pieces was a little too much work, why not have the Easy Quilting Double Wedding Ring single arc? How the design works is you will construct the center exactly as you do on the double wedding ring. You will also construct the arcs exactly as you do on the double wedding ring video. But this time, rather than using all the A and B pieces, we're going to be using the double wedding ring single arc. So you will take this template and cut out the shape. You'll need, for one single double wedding ring, we'll want 8 pieces. So just pop the shape onto your fabric and cut round the shape. As with all the Easy Quilting templates, your seam allowance is included. To make one arc using the single arc, you will need 2 pieces. So cut them out in 2 different colours if you wish, or they could be cut out in the same colour. The choice is yours. These pieces will get joined to the arc in the centre. And just as we did with the double wedding ring, if we take one of the sections and stitch it onto the arc. If you make a small nick in the centre of the double wedding ring single arc, a small nick in the centre of the oval shape, line up the little nick, put a pin in it, and I like to have it with the arc section on the top, so pop a pin in it through there. Bend the single arc section round so it fits at the other end here, put a pin in it. Flatten it out in the middle so it fits nicely. And if you use several pins, it will fit very well indeed. And do the same thing at the other end. And notice all my pins are sticking out so that I can sew round here by hand or on the machine and take the pins out as I go. At the other end, do the same thing, line it up so it's nice and flat at the end there, put a pin in first and then make everything fit. So we sew the single arc onto one side of an arc section in the middle. When you've done that, what I would suggest you do is you press the seams towards the arc shape, or indeed they can go towards the centre, it doesn't matter, but don't open them, go one way or t'other. Once you've sewn one side on, to the other end of the single arc section, you will need to extend it with 2 squares. When it comes to the squares, this is where we return to the double wedding ring template, and you'll be cutting out the squares using the section on the end here. This will cut out the squares that will go at either end of the template. So take your template, place it onto whatever scraps you're going to use, cut out exactly the square all round there. One square will get stitched to one end of the single arc. One square will get stitched to the other end of the single arc, and then the single arc can then be attached to the original piece. Again, if you line up the 2 middle sections, you can just sew it on right the way round there. If you make up 4 of these can be attached to the center of our double wedding ring, and I'd put one piece onto one side and one piece onto another side. When you've attached opposite sides, simply put one on at the top here and one on at the bottom there. And this will give you a double wedding ring with a very easy option of using the single arc. You could make just one of them and bind it and perhaps embellish the center with some hearts or possibly a flower.